Everyone told me the same thing when I started. Post every day. Consistency beats everything. The algorithm rewards volume. So I did it. For months, content every single day for myself. And for almost every client who walked into brand media. And here's what nobody tells you when they give you that advice. Most of it doesn't work. Not because you are not consistent enough, because consistency was never the actual problem. Stop posting every day. Today, I want to show you why I stopped chasing daily posting for myself and for every client. For every client we work with and what I do instead. Because once you see this, you are not going to look at your content calendar the same way again. The day I stopped believing in post every day, a while back, I was running brand media the way everything tells you to run a consistent business. More output, more frequency, more posts, more reels, more everything. We had clients, therapist creators posting daily, sometimes twice a day. Everyone was consistent. Everyone was doing the work and almost none of it was moving the needle. I remember sitting with the analytics for one client, scrolling through weeks of daily posts and realizing something that honestly scared me a little. The views were flat, the engagement was flat, but the exertion that was claiming every single week. That's when I asked myself a question I couldn't ignore. What if the volume was never the force? What if we have all been optimizing for the wrong entirely? I started digging into the accounts that actually build real audience, real trust, real revenue, and I noticed something. Almost every one of them had a common. They were posting the most correctly. The biggest lie about consistency. Here's the lie the entire industry sells you. Post every day and the algorithm will reward you. It's not entirely false, but it's dangerously incomplete because it keeps the part that actually matters. Volume without strategy isn't consistency, it's just noise. One a schedule. I have watched creators post daily for a full year and up with less trust, less authority, and a more confused audience than when they started. Because every post was a different ideas, a different angle, a different hook of the day, chasing whatever trend was up that week. Meanwhile, one of the clients we work with at Branjo, someone in the coaching space, post a fraction of that. But every single piece of content circle back to the same core problem, the same transformation, the same promise. That account doesn't go viral every week, but it covers consistency quietly because their audience isn't confused about what that person stands for. That's the part post every day. Never tells you frequency without direction, just makes your confusion louder. What I do instead. So if not post every day, then what? Here's exactly what replaced it. For me and for every client we work with at Branzo, post with a purpose, not a schedule. Before we schedule a single post now, we ask more one question. What is the piece of content actually supposed to do? Build trust, prove expertise, start a conversation, but something, sell something, a calendar full of posts with no purpose is just activity. It feels productive. It really is productive. If I started today, I would rather publish 3 pieces of content a week that each do a specific job than 7 that all does exist. One core message repeated in a hundreds way. This is the one that change everything. Most people think repeating themselves is boring. The audience doesn't think that because most people only see a fraction of what you post. If your core message is coaches and creators are invisible only online because they are focused on the wrong things, that message can become 50 different videos from 50 different angles over months, and it should. The accounts that get remembered aren't the ones with the most variety. There are ones whose one idea you can't get out of your head. Build depth before frequency. Here's something I learned the expensive way. One long form video that actually goes deep, that inside a real story, makes a real agreement, earns real trust, will output from 10 shallow posts every time on the music that actually matters. People who remember you, depth is what turns a viewer into someone who DMs you. Frequency on its own just turns a viewer into someone who scrolls posts you slightly more than. Less distribution do the repeating, not you. This is the shift almost nobody talks about. You don't need to create 7 new ideas a week. You need one good idea distributed 7 different ways, a long form video, 3 short clips, a newsletter breakdown, a carousel, a comment reply that become its own post. At Branjo, this is genuinely one of the core systems we build for clients, not make more, but extract more from what already works. It's the difference between a content creator and a content machine. Posting every day burns you out. Distributing one strong idea compound it. The reality nobody talks about. I want to be honest about something. Letting go of post every day was scary at first. It felt like I was doing less, like I was going to disappear from the algorithm. That the moment I slowed down. There were weeks I doubted this completely, watching others' account post consistently, wondering if I was falling behind by choosing depth over volume. I have had clients push back in this too. People who came to Branjo believing more posts equals more growth, and it took real conversation, sometimes uncomfortable ones, to show them the data telling a different story. But every time we have made that shift for a client or for my own channel, the same thing happens. Slower at first, then it completely compounds in a way daily posting never did. That's the part nobody shows you. The dip before the shift prove itself, my promise. So here's what I actually believe and what this channel is built on. I am not going to tell you to post more. I am going to show you how to post smarter, the strategy, the psychology, the systems behind content that actually builds trust and drives revenue. I don't know everything. I am still testing, still refining, still learning what works as platform shift under us. But everything I learned building Banjo, working with therapists, coaches, and creators every day, I will bring back here unfiltered. 5 years from now, I don't want people to say Samuel posted a lot. I want them to say Samuel helped me build a business that actually changed my life. That's why this channel exists. If you are a creator, coach, freelancer, or business owner who is being grinding on the post every day, advice, and wondering why it's not transition into real growth. This channel is for you. Every video here breaks down the real content strategy, the real distribution system, the real psychology, the same ones we use inside brand media with our clients. Subscribe because this is just the beginning of what I am building publicly. Links are below if you want to go deeper. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.